Okay, so you're thinking about sourcing products from Vietnam.
Specifically looking into contract manufacturing.
Smart move. We've got a stack of research here.
And let's just say Vietnam is buzzing right now.
But
Yeah.
it's not as simple as just picking any factory, right?
Right.
This deep dive is all about understanding how to make this strategy work for you.
What's fascinating is that contract manufacturing is about finding the right partner, not just a place to pump out products.
It's like a business marriage.
Exactly.
And I've heard there are different relationship styles here.
Uh-huh.
We're talking OEM,
Yeah.
original equipment manufacturer,
Yeah.
and ODM,
Yeah.
original design manufacturer.
Exactly. Ooh.
Think of OEM as you design it, they make it.
Okay.
You provide the specs, the blueprints, the
Then-
vision,
Mm-hmm.
and the manufacturer brings it to life.
Got it.
ODM is more collaborative.
Okay.
They might have design expertise you can tap into,
Interesting.
potentially even tweaking your product for better manufacturability or cost efficiency. So instead of the massive headache
Yeah.
and expense of building your own factory,
Uh-huh.
you're tapping into an existing setup.
Yeah.
Expertise, the whole works.
Yep.
I'm already intrigued.
And the beauty is, it works whether you're doing a small batch or going for global domination.
Wow.
Contract manufacturing scales with your ambition.
Okay, let's say I'm sold on the concept.
All right.
Where do we even begin? How do you actually find these hidden gems in Vietnam?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Is it a Google search? Or are we talking secret societies and ancient maps?
It's a bit more structured than a treasure hunt, thankfully.
Okay.
The first step is supplier identification.
Okay.
And this is where it gets strategic.
Okay.
You're not just looking for any manufacturer.
Right.
You're looking for the one that aligns perfectly with your needs.
Makes sense.
Whether that's OEM or ODM,
Mm-hmm.
their specific capabilities,
Okay.
even certifications they hold.
Okay, now I'm picturing those dating apps, but for businesses.
Mhm.
Swipe right on the factory with the right certifications.
Yeah,
But seriously, how do you avoid getting catfished?
that's important.
Ending up with, I don't know,
Yeah.
a factory that specializes in plush toys when you're trying to launch a cutting-edge gadget.
Due diligence is key.
Right.
And that brings us to contract negotiation,
Ooh.
where things get real.
I know it.
We're talking pricing, lead times, quality standards, shipping terms,
Oh, yeah.
all that nitty-gritty stuff that can make or break your whole operation.
This is where I'd want a lawyer by my side, honestly.
I understand.
I've heard horror stories about contracts gone wrong.
Of course.
From your experience, what are some real red flags?
Mhm.
The things people miss that come back to bite them later?
One common pitfall is not being crystal clear about quality standards.
Oh, interesting.
How will they be measured?
Huh?
Who's responsible for testing?
Yeah,
What are the acceptable tolerances? You need to define this up front.
right.
Another trap is neglecting to address what ifs. What happens if there are production delays?
Yeah.
Material costs spike,
Huh.
or a typhoon hits.
Oh, gosh.
You need a plan for those contingencies.
Okay, contract signed, deposit paid.
All right.
Do we just kick back and wait for the magic to happen?
Uh-huh.
I imagine pallets of perfectly packaged products showing up at my door,
I wish it were that easy.
like a scene from a wish fulfillment montage.
Not quite that easy.
Right.
The next phase is where your vision becomes reality.
So what happens?
Product development and production.
Okay.
We're talking prototypes, testing, refining,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even some tweaks to the design based on the manufacturer's expertise.
Interesting.
This is where the rubber meets the road, so to speak.
So even though I'm not physically there,
Yeah.
my product is taking shape in a Vietnamese factory.
Uh-huh.
Skilled workers fine-tuning each detail,
Right.
making sure it all comes together just right.
That's the idea.
I'm getting chills.
It's a global village after all.
It is.
But even with the best intentions and skilled hands. Yeah.
Quality assurance is paramount.
Okay.
We're not just talking about hoping for the best.
Right.
We're talking ongoing checks throughout production,
Mm-hmm.
often independent factory inspections to ensure everything is up to par.
Okay, here's the million-dollar question that keeps every entrepreneur up at night.
All right.
How can you be sure the quality is truly top-notch?
Yeah.
Especially when you're oceans away.
Right.
We hear a lot about Vietnam's skilled workforce,
Uh-huh.
especially in electronics, textiles, you name it.
Yeah.
But how do you verify that firsthand?
That's where building a strong relationship with your manufacturer comes
Oh,
in.
interesting.
It's about transparency,
Mm-hmm.
open communication,
Okay.
and establishing trust.
Makes sense.
You can leverage third-party inspection services, request regular production updates, even do virtual factory walkthroughs via video call.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
It sounds like building that trust is key.
it is.
It's not just a transaction, it's a partnership.
Now, let's say we've got these perfectly crafted products ready to roll.
Okay.
How do they actually get from a Vietnamese factory to, say, a warehouse in the U.S.?
Uh-huh.
Because container ships are fascinating,
Yeah,
but I'm also terrified of them,
I get that.
a little bit.
That's where shipping and logistics come in.
Okay.
And this is another area where Vietnam really shines.
Okay.
They've invested heavily in their infrastructure,
Mm-hmm.
modern ports,
Mm-hmm.
well-connected airports,
Okay.
efficient transportation networks,
Makes sense.
making the whole process surprisingly smooth.
No rogue container ships lost at sea.
Hopefully not.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's usually pretty reliable.
I've heard their logistics are top-notch,
They are.
which means faster shipping times
Yeah,
and potentially lower costs.
right.
And time is money, right?
Absolutely.
It really is.
Optimized shipping terms and efficient logistics can significantly impact your bottom line.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've seen how products get from Vietnam to the world. But let's step back and answer the big question.
Okay.
Why choose contract manufacturing in the first place?
Right.
What's the real draw here?
There are several key benefits that make this approach so attractive.
Like what?
Cost savings are a major factor.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You're leveraging the existing infrastructure, expertise, and resources of an established manufacturer.
Right.
No need to build your own factory,
Mm-hmm.
hire a massive workforce,
Mm-hmm.
or deal with the headaches of managing a complex production process.
So I'm not just saving money on building costs.
Right.
I'm tapping into a system that's already optimized for efficiency.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about control?
Hmm.
I'm a bit of a control freak when it comes to my products.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
But remember, you still have a lot of control.
Okay.
You define the product specifications,
Um,
quality standards,
Yeah.
and key aspects of the production process.
okay.
You're in the driver's seat when it comes to the big decisions.
Okay, so I'm not handing over the reins completely. I'm
Mhm.
more like a director, guiding the vision while the experts handle the execution.
Exactly.
I like that.
And that brings us to another major benefit,
What's that?
scalability.
Okay.
Let's say your product takes off
Yeah.
and demand explodes.
Oh,
Can you imagine trying to ramp up production in your own factory overnight?
and I'm already sweating just thinking about it.
Yeah, it can be a nightmare.
Hiring sprees, training new staff, managing logistics.
It's a lot.
That sounds like a recipe for chaos.
With contract manufacturing, you have built-in scalability.
Oh, okay.
These manufacturers are equipped to handle fluctuations in demand.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a small batch or a sudden surge in orders,
So they're ready for anything.
they can adapt to your needs without missing a beat.
It's like having an on-demand production powerhouse at my fingertips.
Yeah, you got it.
I love it.
It's a great system.
But wouldn't I still need to be involved in the day-to-day production stuff?
Not necessarily. That's the beauty of this model.
Okay.
You can focus on your core business,
Like what?
marketing, sales,
Uh-huh.
product development,
Okay.
building your brand,
Right.
while the experts handle the manufacturing side.
Got it.
It frees up your time and resources to focus on what you do best.
Okay. That's a huge selling point.
Yeah, a lot of people find that really appealing.
More time for brainstorming, less time on the factory floor. I
Exactly.
could get used to that.
I think a lot of people would agree.
But wouldn't I miss out on all that manufacturing knowledge?
That's a good point.
The insider tips and tricks.
That's where the partnership aspect comes in.
Okay.
These manufacturers have years of experience,
Mhm.
specialized skills,
Yeah.
and often ingenious solutions to problems you might not even anticipate.
Oh,
You're tapping into a wealth of knowledge and expertise that can be invaluable to your business.
so I'm getting cost savings, scalability, and access to expert knowledge,
You got it.
all without the hassle of setting up my own factory.
Yeah.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
It can be a really effective strategy.
That's the catch.
There are always challenges and potential downsides to any business strategy.
Okay, sure.
One key consideration is finding the right partner.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's essential to thoroughly vet potential manufacturer,
Right.
check references,
Yeah.
and establish clear communication channels from the outset.
So due diligence is key.
Absolutely.
We're not just blindly trusting anyone with our precious product babies.
Right.
It's about finding a partner who aligns with your values,
Uh-huh.
understands your vision,
Yeah,
and is committed to delivering quality.
precisely.
Okay, good.
And while Vietnam offers many advantages,
Right.
There are also factors to consider.
Like what?
Language barriers, cultural differences,
Uh-huh.
potential time zone challenges.
Ah, that's true.
Building strong relationships and open communication can mitigate these issues,
Okay.
but it's important to be aware of them from the start.
It's like any relationship. Communication is key.
It really is.
And sometimes you need a translator,
Uh-huh.
cultural guide, someone
Yeah.
who can bridge the gap and ensure everyone is on the same page.
Exactly.
I like that.
No, we've talked a lot about the benefits of contract manufacturing in general.
Right.
But why choose Vietnam specifically?
Yeah.
What makes it stand out from other sourcing hotspots?
Yeah, what's the hype all about? Is it just the lower labor costs we keep hearing about?
Lower labor costs are certainly a factor,
Yeah.
and they can translate into significant savings for your business.
Okay.
But there's much more to Vietnam's appeal than just cost effectiveness.
Spill the tea. What else is going on in Vietnam that's got everyone so excited?
Vietnam has been investing heavily in education and training,
Okay.
leading to a rapidly developing workforce that's becoming increasingly skilled, especially in sectors like electronics, textiles,
Yeah.
and footwear.
Okay.
They're known for their strong work ethic, meticulous attention to detail, and a growing expertise in advanced manufacturing techniques.
So it's not just about cheaper labor.
Right.
It's about a skilled workforce that takes pride in their craftsmanship.
Exactly.
That's reassuring.
Yeah, I think so.
But what about infrastructure?
Yeah.
Can they handle the demands of modern manufacturing and global shipping?
That's another area where Vietnam has been making strides.
Okay.
They've been strategically developing their infrastructure to ensure smooth and efficient logistics. They have modern ports, well-connected airports, and a robust transportation network,
Makes sense.
making it surprisingly easy to ship goods from Vietnam to anywhere in the world.
Okay, so we've got a skilled workforce, efficient logistics.
Yep.
What else is in Vietnam's secret sauce?
Vietnam has a stable political environment,
Okay.
a business-friendly government that's actively encouraging foreign investment,
Nice.
and a growing network of industrial parks that offer tax incentives and streamlined regulations for manufacturers.
So it's not just about the cost savings, right? It's about the entire ecosystem.
Yeah,
They're creating an environment that's conducive to business growth and success.
absolutely.
Do you have any real-world examples of companies that have made the leap and found success with contract manufacturing in Vietnam?
Absolutely. There's a fascinating case study of a U.S.-based tech company that was initially sourcing its components from China,
Okay.
facing rising costs and logistical challenges.
Uh-huh.
They decided to explore Vietnam as an alternative.
Interesting.
They partnered with a Vietnamese OEM specializing in electronics manufacturing and were blown away by the results.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
It's a great story.
Did they manage to cut costs?
Yeah.
Improve quality?
Yeah.
What happened?
They hit the jackpot.
Wow.
The move resulted in significant cost reductions,
Nice.
a noticeable improvement in product quality,
Wow.
and even faster shipping times thanks to Vietnam's efficient logistics network.
So everything got better.
Pretty much.
This allowed them to scale their operations, increase profitability,
Yeah.
and gain a competitive edge in the market.
Exactly.
That's the kind of success story that gets entrepreneurs fired up.
It's definitely inspiring.
But I'm sure there were challenges along the way.
Oh, of course.
What did they learn from the experience?
One of their key takeaways was the importance of building strong relationships and clear communication with their Vietnamese partners.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They emphasized the need for cultural sensitivity, patience in navigating language barriers, and a proactive approach to addressing potential issues before they escalated.
So it's not just about finding the right manufacturer.
Right.
It's about nurturing that relationship,
Yeah.
building trust,
Mm-hmm.
and working together as a team.
Exactly.
I like that.
They also stressed the importance of due diligence in vetting potential partners,
Okay.
checking references,
Uh-huh.
visiting factories in person, and clearly defining expectations from the outset were crucial to their success.
It sounds like they went in with a well-thought-out plan,
Yeah.
did their homework,
Yep.
and were prepared to adapt along the way.
That's a recipe for success in any business venture,
For sure.
especially when navigating the complexities of international sourcing and manufacturing.
I can imagine. It sounds like they had a solid strategy
They did.
and a willingness to learn and adapt.
Yeah, that's so important.
This deep dive has been eye-opening, to say the least.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm starting to see Vietnam not just as a manufacturing hub,
Yeah,
but as a land of opportunity.
that's a great way to put it.
So it's not just about finding a cheaper place to produce goods.
Right.
It's about accessing a whole new world of possibilities.
Precisely.
And as we've seen, contract manufacturing can be a powerful tool for businesses of all sizes,
It really can.
from startups to established companies looking for growth and innovation.
Absolutely.
I'm feeling inspired.
That's great.
Before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to throw out a challenge to our listeners.
All right. I like it.
If you were to design a product specifically to be manufactured in Vietnam,
Mm-hmm.
taking full advantage of their strengths and expertise,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Let that question simmer.
Okay.
Think about Vietnam's skilled workforce,
Mm-hmm.
their growing technological capabilities,
Yeah?
their reputation for quality and precision.
Right.
What innovative, world-changing product could you bring to life with the help of Vietnamese manufacturers?
It's a fantastic thought to leave everyone with.
Thanks.
We've only scratched the surface today,
Yeah, we have.
but hopefully this has sparked some ideas
I hope so.
and given you a glimpse into the exciting world of contract manufacturing in Vietnam.
It's a fascinating world.
If you're ready to dive deeper,
Yeah.
we have a whole library of podcasts and resources waiting for you.
We do.
We cover everything from market research and supplier evaluation
Uh-huh.
to factory visits and quality assurance.
We've got you covered.
We even have a supplier request for information form that can help us understand your specific sourcing needs and connect you with the right partners in Vietnam.
It's a great resource.
It's like having a direct line to the experts.
We try to be.
And if you're looking for personalized guidance,
Yeah.
we also offer free consultations to help you navigate the intricacies of sourcing from Vietnam.
We're happy to help.
We're passionate about empowering businesses to make informed decisions and build strong, ethical supply chains.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more.
It's important work.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible deep dive into the world of contract manufacturing in Vietnam.
My pleasure.
We'll be back next week with another fascinating topic. So be sure to subscribe and stay tuned.
I'll be here.
Until then, happy sourcing.